Hello guys and happy new year. 2025 is here. We're closing the doors to 2024 and thank God for that. I feel like this past year just was crazy. So many things happened just around the world. There should be a movie series based on 2024, but I'm really hoping and praying for a better 2025 for just everybody. I am determined to start the year on a positive note, so I'm going to talk about my favorite lip and eye products of 2024. I do have a top 5 category. We're going to talk about our favorite lip liners, lipstick, lip stain, that's a combo, lip glosses, and then for eyes, I'm going to do mascaras, my favorite kind of one and done-ish products, and then eyeshadow palettes. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. Grab something to drink, hang out with me, and let's get started. I actually forgot to mention that I'm going to do my top 5 brow products as well. I am kind of basic with my brows. I don't change the products much, but these have been the ones that I just reach for over and over again. Let's start with this one. This is the Huda Microshade Brow Pencil. I have mine in the shade 7. I have not seen this at Sephora and I'm really hoping she's not discontinuing this. I love that the tip of this is so tiny. Like you can't even tell where you're applying this. It just fills it in very softly and gently, and you can do great brush strokes. I love this product so much. I went through many of them. The only negative side is that because it's so thin, you go through it quite quickly, but for what I need, it's perfect. I naturally have thicker brows, so there's just like a little bit here and there that I usually have to touch up or kind of clean the shape a little bit, and this is perfect for that. The next one is this Patrick Ta Major Brow Defining Pencil. This is a little different than the Huda one because it has kind of like an angle. Actually, that's it. That's all I have left. So this is a little flatter and wider. It works really well for my brows, but I don't think it's anything special. I just put it in here because this has been one of the products that I've been reaching for throughout the year, but I wouldn't say that I prefer this one over the Huda. I think I would pick Huda over the Patrick Ta. Now this product right here is an old favorite. This is the Gucci pencil, brow pencil. I adore this product. A couple years ago, it was the only brow product that I would use, and I kind of ran out of that one and then repurchased it and kind of used it here and there. But in the past 3 months, I've rediscovered it and I cannot put it down. Look how tiny this is. I adore it. It is wonderful. It's a powdery feel, but you can really blend it in. If you have thin brows, this is not for you. I feel like this is great for somebody that has thicker brows that wants them filled in a little bit without noticing much, because the tip is pretty thick. It's like a regular pencil. I would say this is my number 1 brow pencil. And then the other 2 are from Benefit. Wow, I've used them so much that they're just rubbed off. This is the 24-hour brow setter. I think that's the name of it. I feel like this is no surprise. Everybody loves this product. I also love it a lot, and it will stay in my collection probably forever. And then this one is a brow gel that is tinted. Oh, I can't remember the name. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's from Benefit. I'll link it down below, but it's great for my brows. Again, it's one of those that I can just go over my brows and I don't need to fill in anything else. Does this make your brows stay in place all day? No, for me, it's just a little bit of a color. If I want my brows to stay in place, I will go for the setter, brow setter. Wow, I really don't know any of these names. I'm sorry. Everything will be linked down below. Those are the 5 products that I've used throughout the year consistently. Moving on to mascara, I have my 5 most used and loved mascaras from the past year, and this is no surprise. These are just the ones that do not smudge on me. They give me volume. Some are more natural, some are a little bit more intense, but the key to mascaras for me is that they don't smudge. If they smudge, they're just out the door, and I would say 95% of mascaras smudge on me. So these are the ones that I just really loved. Let's start with the Eldridge Kitten Lash Mascara. This is one that I didn't love in the beginning, but I have found myself reaching for it over and over again because it does not smudge on my lower lashes. It is a very natural mascara, so I do like to use it on my more kind of no makeup kind of days. And it seems like lately I've been having a lot of those. So this has really become one of my staple mascaras, even if I just layered on top of a heavier mascara. I personally combine mascaras all the time. I will go for one that has a lot of length and volume, and then on top of that I will put one that does not smudge, and we make a concoction, and hopefully the eyes are not panda eyes at the end of the day. Another mascara that I use more for natural days is this Merit mascara. This is a tubing mascara, and I think that's why it's here. Besides the fact that I actually really like the way this makes my lashes, it makes them look long and separated, not necessarily very full. But on a no makeup kind of day or natural makeup kind of day, I think this is beautiful. Then we have two mascaras that are just va-va-voom. We want volume, we want to be seen. And the first one is this from Huda. This is the one coat wow, and you only need one coat of this one. Truly, this gives the most volume out of all my mascaras that I have. There was Tom Ford mascara that I really liked. They discontinued that one, but the pain of taking that one off, it was just not worth the volume that it would give me. This has a very similar effect, but this is easy to take off. It does not smudge. I love this mascara. It's pretty much gone, so I need to replenish it. And I don't think I've seen it at Sephora. Is Huda like pulling out a bunch of her products from Sephora? I don't know. I hope not. Next one is from Charlotte Tilbury, and it is, I think, my newest mascara. This is the Exxager Eyes. I love everything about this mascara. It gives me volume. It stays in place. It does not smudge. I love the wand. It's a little curved. It gives a ton of volume. I need to repurchase it because it's pretty much on its last leg, but it's beautiful. It's probably my favorite mascara out of all the ones that I have. I feel like it does everything that I want, and it's reliable. It's one of those that I can put it on. I know if I go to the gym, I'm not gonna have mascara everywhere. It holds a curl. It's really wonderful. Now the last mascara is one I've discovered this past year, and it is bougie. It is so expensive. It is the Chantecaille mascara. This is the one that has the peptides in it that is supposed to help your lashes grow, and I swear I see a difference. So when I consistently wear this mascara, my lashes look so long. They just look like they're growing. So because of that, this has become one of my go-to mascaras. This is more natural than, for example, the Charlotte Tilbury one. So that's why if I only had to pick what mascara, I would go for the Charlotte Tilbury. But I can build up the Chantecaille mascara and get it to a really nice volume, length, and everything. But the key for this one is the peptides in it, and it does not smudge. It keeps a curl. It is a beautiful mascara. I would say not on the natural side, but not an extreme volume and extreme length. It's a great just overall mascara for pretty much anybody. The reason I would repurchase that, and I actually already have, is that it truly helps my lashes grow. I have done a test. There was 1 month where I've only used this Chantecaille mascara, and I saw a big difference in my lashes. So that is my reasoning for repurchasing that one. Moving on to eyeshadow, I have two categories here: eyeshadow palettes and then a one and done kind of product. I would include eyeliners in here as well, but I only use one type of eyeliner, and those are the Victoria Beckham satin kajal liners. I have so many colors. These aren't even all of them. I will forever have them in my collection, but there's one exception. I have this Lisa Eldridge Seamless Glide Eye Pencil in Renaissance Gold. I did swatch it right here. It is the most beautiful color. I use this on my waterline, and I also sometimes use it to line my eye. Incredible color. The formula is really nice as well. It's just not as long lasting as the Victoria Beckham, so I just reach for the Victoria Beckham over this, but this color is so unique. So just a little shout out for my eyeliners. But let's start with the eyeshadow palettes. Now, I do not even have one large eyeshadow palette in this favorites because I do not reach for them. I've reviewed Natasha Denona palettes. I've reviewed the Makeup by Mario bigger palettes, the Huda one. I think they're great. Quality is incredible. If I were somebody that would reach for bigger palettes, those would be my top 5, but I do not. I am basic. I love a barely there eyeshadow look. I do like my sparkle, don't get me wrong, but most of these are quads or just like small palettes. So let's start with the obvious, the YSL quad. I feel like I've talked about these for a couple of years now, maybe since they came out. I know for sure I picked them up right when they came out. I have 5 of them right here, but I do have more in the closet there. But I think these are just incredible. They're so creamy, so soft. The one I'm wearing today is this one. This is the 810, but very little. As you can see, I barely have anything on my eyes. It's wonderful. All of these have this almost satin matte shadows. They're so creamy, blendable, great pigment, but they also have these beautiful toppers that are just so sparkly, almost like a foil shadow. Let me just take this one from right here. They're soft and beautiful, but they also have a sparkle to it. Some of them are more intense. Some of them are more like toppers. They're just elegant. This is another one that I adore, but I'll show you the kind of glittery topper from this. YSL has done something special with these. If you thought Tom Ford was good, this is better. These toppers are better. They do not get hard pan. This is probably one of my most used ones. This is the 200, and the tones just work so well for me. You get 3 soft mattes and then this topper. I think every single one of these is gorgeous. This is a newer one, 710. Look at those colors. These are my #1 eyeshadow palettes this year, without the doubt. I didn't even have to think about it. The next one is gonna be no surprise. It is from Victoria Beckham. It is in the shade Tweed. This has been in my favorites for a couple years now, and it's the same palette. I cannot believe I didn't hit pan or made a huge dent in this because I have used this so much. Now these swatch absolutely awful, okay? If you swatch them, you think that they're like Claire's makeup. Not good at all. But the way they apply on the eyes is so elegant. It is refined and it shapes the eyes so well without being overwhelming, but the color you can build up, fantastic. One of those that I don't have to think about, I just reach for. The difference between the YSL and this one is that this is a little softer, not as pigmented, very blendable, but more basic. You don't get those interesting colors and obviously those sparkles. This is one of those that frames your eye rather than adds a ton of color, and I actually love that about it. The next palette is this one from Prada. This is kind of new to me. I bought it in October, maybe September. I love it. I love this color story. I love the product. I love that you get this kind of shimmery shade that's actually quite intense. It works really well even if you want to have a wash of that color, or if you want to build it up, it can be quite intense. I love the purple in here. The purple is soft. It's not super bright and intense. It just frames the eyes so well. I usually use it as a liner, and I feel like it makes my brown eyes pop so much more. And yeah, this brown right here is perfection. Wait, I used the same finger, but it is that perfect neutral brown. You get a deeper one. Many times I will reach for a palette like this that has great basic shades with that purple pop. It's incredible. And then I'll go for a sparkly topper. So that's pretty much how I do my eyeshadow, like 95% of the time. The next palette this year, I was debating between the next 3 which ones I should pick, but this one from Chantecaille truly is gorgeous. This is the Cheetah Eye Trio. You get 3 shadows in here. The packaging is absolutely incredible. But the colors, as boring as they come, as beautiful as they can be, and probably the most practical kind of trio that I have in my collection. You do get a cream color, just a perfect neutral brown for the crease. And this shade right here is a beautiful, beautiful taupey shade. And you can have a wash of it or you can build it up. And I think it is absolutely gorgeous. It has a little bit of sparkle in it, but it's so refined that I think anybody could wear this and it would be appropriate for just every single day. And then I just had to include my Tom Ford Smoky Quartz palette. It's just one that I reached for last year. I reached for this year. You can see how loved this is. I love the tones of this. I love the formula. It's that cream to powder formula. I think this has been my favorite for over 2 years. It is fantastic. I love everything about it. The tones, they have almost like this sheen to them because it is that cream to powder formula. Oh, it feels like it's cream and it looks on the eyes like you have a cream on, but it is powder. Is it boring? Absolutely. But boring is necessity. Now let's move on to those one and done single shadows. This is where my true love is. I love a one and done simple shadow. And I feel like I have reached for these more than I've reached for the eyeshadow palette. So let's start strong with the Armani eye tints. I cannot stop using these. They are fantastic, extremely basic, but so worth it. They last on my eyes all day long. These are two of my favorites. Oh no, it all rubbed off. I have no idea the colors. I will do some research and link them down below. The deepest one is my favorite. I think it is their deepest brown. I use it for everything. I use it around my lash line, almost as a liner. I smudge it all over the lid as well. So good. So you can have a wash of it and this will last all day long. These do not budge. They are incredible. This one right here is a little bit of a warmer brown, not super warm, but look at that color. It's perfection. I adore these so much. My most used single eyeshadow from this year. And then they came out with these special new shades. And this one right here, it is the 68S, a ton of sparkles. So you see it right there. But if you start rubbing this and blending this in, all those sparkles are almost coming to life. You see them? So beautiful. And again, you can build these up or you can have more of a wash of color. This one is the best out of the 3 new colors that they came out with. And every time I wear this one, somebody will ask, what's on my eyes? And it's usually just this all over. Next one are these single shadows from Chanel. Now, when I first bought them, I think I bought 1 or 2 just for review purposes, and I went back and ordered probably all of them or most of them. But this specific color is the 240 Brune Fauve, and it is the best brown for my eyes. You can fade it and blend it out softer, but you can also build it up and it brings the red in your brown eyes. Also, this would go great with green eyes. Oh, just such a beautiful shade. This is one that I use by itself. I don't need anything else. I use it in the crease and then I really take a more defined brush and use it as a liner, and it is beautiful. Basic, absolutely, but so good. The other 2 colors that I absolutely love are these. This is the Brune Talpa. I think this is very popular. It's this kind of taupey shade that has a little bit of dimension through it. Gorgeous. And then the topper, which is their 220 Blanc Pearl. And you can see that this has been used quite a lot. I love this one because it has that pink shift in it, but it's elegant. It's not too much. And these 2 together make a gorgeous combo. The next product is this one from Rabanne Beauty. This is the mini palette All Lights on Me. Now here you do get this kind of balmy base, and then this beautiful, beautiful topper. Look at that. And I included it here in the one and done thing because it truly is a one and done, really. This balm right here only intensifies the shadow. So even though I don't use it a ton, whenever I want an extra sparkle, I will go for that balm. I'll show you the difference with the balm and without the balm. So at the top, I have swatched the shadow just by itself, and here with the balm on, and you can see it really made the shadow stand out and made it more intense. The next product is also dual, but it is one of those kind of one and done shadows, and you can combine them or wear them separately, and they are the Patrick Ta duos, specifically this color, and I will say this other one, not that one, this one. So these are the two colors that I would recommend for from these Patrick Ta dual shadows. The Still at the Club is this beautiful mauvey taupey brownish color. Look at that. And this is nothing. When you put it on the eyes, it's so dimensional and sparkly and unique. I love this so much, specifically this one. This is nice as well. Okay, it's nice. Not quite as dimensional and unique, but that one right there is everything. I have worn that so much, and I have not had these for a very long time. And the fact that they made it in top 5 says a lot. But this one also is great for that basic kind of sparkle. It looks like you have the most beautiful crushed pearls sparkling on your eyes. Let's just take a little bit of this white one, and I'm going to put it right here in the center. I'm just using my finger. It's so beautiful. These are expensive, but I believe that they are worth the money. And I do like the white. I like the gold. It's not too yellow. It's soft. I am left here with 3 other options, and I truly don't know what to pick. This one right here is not even a one and done. This is a trio, so I guess it could be in the palettes. It has its own unique place. These are the Westman Atelier little pods. Incredible. This color only. I don't love the other colors. These are full mattes, and they have this kind of almost souffle whipped formula to them, where it's cream and sets like a powder, and it's velvety on the eyes. Incredible. So a little mention for that. And then these Merit single shadows. I will include these as my top 5 because they're worth it. Specifically this shade. This one is Vachetta. Am I saying that right? It sounds off. But one of those beautiful basic browns, kind of like the Armani eye tints. It will not budge. It will stay on all day. Very basic, but very, very needed. And I also love the shade Brune. I think it is beautiful. I use this more closer to the lash line, almost as a liner. And because the colors are so good, because they last all day, because of this formula, they just have become my go-to one and done kind of shadow. They are reliable. They will last you a long time. The key is to make sure to screw the cap all the way, otherwise they will dry out. So make sure you actually hear that little click, otherwise they will dry out on you. I've had these since they were released, and none of them are dried because I make sure to click it. I do have to give a shout out to this product right here. This is from Dose of Color. It's literally magic. It's a shimmer stick, and these are gorgeous. I don't even know if I've ever talked about them on my channel, but they are these glitter sticks. They feel wet when they go on, and they are gorgeous. I have 2 colors. I have the shade Stardust, and then the other one is Icy. They do have this little cap, and I put it on just so it will not dry out. And I'm going to do the Icy next to it. This one doesn't have as much of that blue sparkle. Can you see right there? This is just kind of more your basic topper, but wow. It is wet. It is gorgeous. It is everything, and you can just put it on. The reason why I did not talk about this for the longest time is because they've been sold out, and I really did not want to show you something that is so glorious and that you can't have. I really hope they're back in stock. I would think that by now they're back in stock. It's hard to tell which one's which right now, but this also feels wet. Cold and wet. Let's move on to the lip category. We have lip liners, lipsticks, and glosses. This was without a doubt the hardest to pick because I am just a lip hoarder. I love lip liners, I love lipsticks, I love glosses, I love them all, and I truly bought so many this year. I have a problem, but I will say I have been consistent in the formula that I like. So let's start with lip liners. One that is no surprise are the Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. These have been my favorite for years. I think since she released them, I used to use them in my kit all the time. They're long lasting, beautiful colors. My favorite color is still Iconic Nude. It's this one right here. I went through multiple ones of those. Pillow Talk Medium is one that I purchased this year that I didn't have. It's gorgeous. And then Love Trap is wonderful as well. The next one, which was I think a release this year, are from Lisa Eldridge. These are the lip pencil Sculpt and Shaped. It's not her regular lip liner. Wow. Wow, I adore this formula. This is probably the opposite of the Charlotte Tilbury. These are pigmented, they will set, they will last all day. These are the ones that you can shape your lip, you can trick, you can kind of fade the product in, you can build up the color, you can have a wash of the color. And I found myself reaching for these so much to correct my lips or to kind of overline a little bit without looking fake. The formula is perfection for that. They're not as long lasting as the other ones that I'm going to talk about today, but it is a different formula, a different purpose, and very needed. Very, very needed in my collection. I love all the colors. The 0N, I would say, is the most unique one and probably my most used one, as well as the 2N, the deeper ones. The next formula that made it in my top 5 are these Fenty lip liners. These are very creamy, very long lasting, but you have a very short amount of wiggle room to play with it and blend it. They will last on your lips so well. The formula is extremely creamy, almost on the borderline of too creamy for me, but I can overlook that because they are so long lasting, and I found some incredible colors. The Rubber Bands is so good. Without a doubt, my most used color. And you can sheer them out or like blend them in, but once they set, you cannot move them whatsoever. And then the other color that I really like is Extra Thigh. It is deeper, but again, you can sheer it out and blend it in. I do think that if you are a beginner to lip liners, I think that these could be a little bit too much. They're so creamy that you have to be precise of where you put them. And again, they set down and they don't budge. So yeah, I feel like I personally enjoy the formula a lot, but if you're new to lip liners, maybe this isn't the best one for you. The next lip liners that have kind of stolen my heart this year are these Tom Ford lip liners. Extremely expensive, okay? Absolutely not worth the money because all of these are wonderful and these are like $40 something, close to 50, but do I love them? Yes. Do I use them all the time? Yes. And do I love the colors? Yes. My favorite color is Irresistible, I think. It is washed off. The packaging sucks because all the gold where it has the name is washed off. I absolutely hate that. But the colors, these are very pigmented and creamy, but not quite as much as the Fenty, which is something that I like. Like I mentioned, these are a little too creamy and slippery for me. And these are one of those that you have to blend them in right away. If you wait 30 seconds, they're there. They will not budge. And I kind of like that because I want my lip liners to stay on all day, and these stay on through not everything. If I eat something super greasy, they will come off, but overall they will be there after I eat a normal meal. And then the other one is the pinkier one, Rendezvous, maybe, I don't know. It's washed out again. And this is a little bit pinkier color. The undertones are perfect. The way they apply is perfect. I adore these. And now I'm trying to pick between 3 different lip liner formulas. I really enjoyed these Kosas lip liners as well, but I don't think I've picked them as much as I've picked up the Victoria Beckham or even this Wonder Skin lip liner. So I feel like these are kind of neck and neck. Victoria lip liner in 02. I've talked about this quite a lot. I think I have 4 different colors. This is my favorite shade. It is that kind of basic pencil that you have to sharpen, but it's so good. But the Wonder Skin in, I think, Saddle. I was so close. This color is so good. And also it is much more long lasting than the Victoria Beckham. So I kind of think that this is winning because it's blendable, but this will dry down and stay throughout, probably more than the Tom Ford one. This is probably my most long-lasting lip liner that I have in my collection. I wish they came out with more colors because this is the only color that I truly love from them. They do have a more pinky shade as well. It's a little bit too pink for me, but this color is perfection. That is it for lip liners. I'm actually glad that's over because that was probably the hardest part because I love lip liners so much. If I could pick a one makeup product, it would be a lip liner. Out of every single thing, mascara, concealer, everything, I would pick a lip liner every single time. Let's move on to lipsticks, lip stains. I have fallen in love with lip stains this year. Like, it's all I use. Every single day, I will put a lip stain on my lips. And it is one of these 2. The Sachu lip liners. As you can see, oops, I have probably every single color they came out with. I have more than these. And then the Wonder Skin lip liners. I don't love one more than the other. I just use it for different purposes. The Wonder Skin is great for, I think longevity is the most long lasting, and they have a beautiful color. The color Lovely is my favorite. I've used it in many videos, and also I really like the color Charming. They go on blue, but you leave them on for like a minute and then wipe it off, and they give you the most beautiful stain. They have a ton of different colors, but most of them are quite bright and pink or too red. I have found that only these 2 work well for me. So I think this is the one negative about Wonder Skin, is that I want more browns from them. That's where Sachu does a better job, I think, at colors. They have such good colors. They have hazelnut, which I actually have this under my whatever else I'm wearing on top. They have mauve, which is 02, my favorite. It is this beautiful mauvey kind of neutral color. It's not too cool tone, it's not too warm. It is my favorite out of all of them. They have their 01, which is nude, and this one gives me barely their color. It kind of shapes the lips, but they also have some corals, some deeper burgundy and plum and pink colors. Their colors are really nice. These are the ones that you leave them on and then you peel them off. I cannot be without these. Every single day I will put them on. Sometimes even if I stay at home, I just want a little bit of color. These have made me think of getting a lip tattoo because I love the effect of this so much. I'm like considering that, but I am scared. So I haven't done it yet. Those have definitely taken over my lip category. Moving on to another release this year that I've discovered, and I've kept it here in the lipstick category, are these Ilia crayons. These are very chubby lip liner crayons, but I use them just as a lipstick pretty much. They are a matte formula, and they have beautiful colors, a beautiful formula that's not too slippery, it's not too dry, it blends in. I remember being, I was traveling somewhere and I had all these other lip products and I just felt like my lips just didn't look good. They looked uneven and I just didn't like it. I just popped one of these babies up, put it on, and it fixed everything. So I think that this is a 2-in-1. It's kind of a lip liner, a lipstick. I even use this on my cheeks as a blush, and they are fabulous. My next favorite lipstick is this Bougie Tom Ford Slim Lipstick in the color Iconic Nude. I'm pretty sure that's the color. It is this tiny, skinny lipstick. I have used this so much. It has this kind of peachy nude color to it. It is so moisturizing, and I wear this with the Tom Ford lip liner in Irresistible. Perfect combo. My go-to combo. It is always in my purse. It's almost like a gloss and a lipstick in one, but it stays on like a lipstick. It is so beautiful, very long lasting. I do have a few other colors that I love, but this specific color is perfect. It's like that peachy, nudie shade, but when you combine it with more of a deeper brown color, it makes a perfect duo. I have 2 lipsticks left, and I'm going to talk about these Westman Atelier first because I've talked about them in many videos. You've seen me use them a lot. My favorite is the shade Lacquer. It is this beautiful kind of peachy shade. These have so much pigment, so I just kind of dab it in the center with a lip liner. I don't ever wear this by itself. I need a lip liner with it, but they are long lasting. They are a soft matte finish. Like, it's not fully matte, but it's a very interesting formula. Look at that. It blends in so seamlessly, and you can have a wash off color. You can build it up. They have beautiful red colors in this formula. The thing that I love so much about this formula, it's not just that, oh, they feel good and they're comfortable, but they make your lips look bigger. So if I use a lip liner with a little bit of lacquer in the center, my lips look so much bigger and just kind of even. So I really like that. And the last one is a lip product that I don't think I've ever shown you. I don't think I've ever used it on camera, but it's in my purse all the time. And that is the Bisou Balm from Violet FR. I'm probably saying the name really wrong, but they sent over a package with their jelly balms and a couple shades of this Bisou Balm. I loved it so much that I went back and purchased 3 or 4 other shades. This is a soft balm that has that very blurred effect. There's not a ton of color, but it's enough. It's just the right amount of color, and it gives that kind of French blurred out lip. You can build the color, like you can see I'm kind of building up the color, but look at the edges. Look how blurred that is. These are those that you just kind of put all over and you mess it around the edges. It's almost like a primer, like a velvet primer for your lips, because if you have any lines, it just fills them in. Now, these 2 colors specifically, this is Betise, and then I also like the Calisson, which is more of a nude color. As you can see right there, let's put it up here, more of a brownie nude shade. Very, very much me. But this color right here, I wear it all over, and I love the effect. It gives a little bit of a color. It gives that blur effect. You don't need a lip liner, and I think they are very chic and unique. Should I actually use them now? Let's just put them on. So I did wipe off my lip, but I do have a stain under, and as you can see, it's not completely coming off. But I'm going to show you the brighter shade, the Betise, and I just, oh, so beautiful. It's such an effortless lip look. And I do go and kind of smudge it. I love the effect. I'm going to put a little bit of the other one in the center, the more nude one. But yeah, isn't that so cool and easy? They feel so interesting and unique. These are absolutely worth a mention and worth looking into them. Moving on to the last section, which is kind of the glossy part, lip gloss, lip balms, kind of stuff like that. So let's start with one that I don't think it's going to be a surprise. I've talked about these for a while. These are the Armani Prismatic Glass, I think. By now I should know the name, but I love them so much. I have right now 4 colors. This is my newest one right here. This is the 08 maybe. I am blind without my glasses. Not really. I just can't see really well. This is a sparklier shade, kind of nude, but it has some of that kind of iridescent pink through it. I think it's beautiful. The formula of this is what is so unique. It's very thin. It almost feels like a balm, but it is glossy, but it's not too glossy. It has the tiniest bit of a plump effect, but it's nothing that is painful or anything like that. I don't think everybody's going to be able to appreciate this formula. If you like a super glossy look, I think this, you may be a little bit disappointed. Like, it does have a beautiful gloss to them, but I think the feel of them is what's unique because they're so thin. They do give this kind of glass effect to the lips, and they have this tiny bit of a plumping feel to them. I will say I feel like I'm going through them quite quickly, so that's a negative. I love this color. This is the shade 06. It's a beautiful fall winter color, but that's the one negative about them. I feel like I am going through them quite quickly. Do I use them all the time? Yes, but I feel like other glosses last longer for me, but I love them. The next one are these Edam lip balms, which are very glossy, very kind of the opposite of the Armani. They're thicker, and I have all the colors I think that they have. I love them. I cannot put them down. I think they are gorgeous, but they are thick. So if you're expecting something super light, barely there, these are not it. They have a really cool applicator, and it actually feels cool on the lips when you apply it. Beautiful colors. The formula is so unique. It's supposed to exfoliate your lips at the same time as moisturizing them and giving you this super glossy effect. If you want gloss, these are it. These will give you so much shine and gloss. They are considered a lip softening balm. They're just super glossy. So I find my lips very moisturized after I wear them. And even though they are thicker, they are not sticky at all, which I think is another cool thing about the formula, that they were able to achieve that kind of thickness that stays throughout the day without having it smudge everywhere and feel sticky. So that's great. Then I did include these Jisoo lip oils. I love the effect of these. First of all, the packaging is so cute. I only have 2 colors. I have this pink watermelon, I think it was, and then this cherry color. This pink one, obviously, I've used more, and I love the sparkle that this gives. Look at that. Now, if you want sparkle and super shiny lip, this is it. Look at that. The scent bothers me. I don't like the scent of this specific one, the watermelon one, but I'm putting up with it because once I put it on, I don't really smell it after, and the effect is just so intense that I can put up with that. This other one doesn't smell bad. Let me double check. Yeah, this one actually smells really nice. I like this scent. I think this is the cherry one. It's too small, the writing, but this I love wearing with a brown liner, and this in the center. Another incredible release this year have been these Haus Labs. I don't even know what to call these. The Lip Glaze Gloss Oil. I have here 4 shades. I think I have more than this. I'm pretty sure I have probably one in my purse. Wow, these are also a little bit thicker. than, for example, the Armani and all these super thin glosses. They are that perfect lip oil lip gloss combo. Very juicy, very long lasting, good pigmentation, amazing colors, an incredible release from Haus Labs. I don't really like their lip products except this. The only thing about these is that because it has that thicker kind of glossy formula to them, if my hair so happens to be like today where it's frizzy and curly and big and it just gets into my lips, it will stick to this. So that is not a great feeling. So when I have curls like today, for example, I will put my hair up because I tend to kind of flip my hair back and forth when it's curly like this and it's nice and frizzy. This will not come close to my lips. That is just a personal issue with my curly hair. Moving on to the last product. These are the Ole Henriksen lip treatments, peptide lip treatments. I love the clear one. It has the tiniest bit of a yellow tint to it, but nothing crazy. They're beautiful, they're thick, they're so juicy. I would put it on, but I already have so many things on my lips. They have multiple colors now. I have 3 or 4. These are the 2 that I have right here, but I love the formula of this, the creaminess, the glossiness that it gives. But again, I think this is my most used one because it is clear with the tiniest bit of yellow tone. I don't know if it's just me, but I do notice it a little bit, and I love that. I love putting this with lip liners, with nothing, honestly, but look at that glassy look. It's so, so good. So yeah, these are all my favorites of 2024. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to know some of your favorite products from the lip and eye category. Leave all your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.